Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
And we begin with more reaction tonight to our reporting on District Attorney Joe Gonzalez's relationship with a criminal justice reform group.
And tonight, Sheriff Javier Salazar is reiterating his disappointment that his conversations with the DA were shared with that outside group. Last week, KSAT received more than 200 pages of exchanges between Gonzalez, First Assistant DA Christian Henriksen, and Wren Collective founder Jessica Brand. The Wren Collective is an Austin-based criminal justice reform group.
In those exchanges, there were discussions about specific cases like the investigation into migrants being flown from San Antonio to Martha's Vineyard by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and how the sheriff was handling that. Last Thursday, Salazar sent letters to the Wren Collective and Gonzalez asking them not to include him in conversations and to respect attorney-client privilege.
He doesn't feel that he was acting as my attorney in that moment, and so there was no necessarily attorney-client privilege protection of any statements made there. However, with that being said, I reiterated to him that, well, I still considered that a private conversation that I just didn't appreciate being shared with somebody that I have no clue who they are. And to be quite frank, some of the things that I saw on the coverage that you all provided on KSAT really worried me about this organization.
On Friday, we received a statement from the DA's spokesman calling our reporting on the Wren Collective and the relationship with the district attorney's office fake news. You can see his full statement and all of the reporting we have done on this right now on KSAT.com. Is it time to change up the city's Ready to Work program? The $200 million jobs training program announced enrollment was open May of 2022.
But as of December, the self-reported stats from the city show only a few hundred people had been placed in jobs. Now, one city councilman tells Garrett Berger the city should try a different approach.
When voters approved a sales tax-funded job training program in late 2020, the mayor called it an investment in the city's future. And now a city councilman says he's ready to change up the Ready to Work program.
We promised them that we were going to get people back to work, right? And that's not playing out.
Ready to Work covers tuition for degrees or certification programs in certain fields. But Manny Pelaez, who's considering a run for mayor, thinks the number of graduates actually placed in jobs so far, about 400 as of mid-December, is too low.
What we went out and told the public 2 years ago was that this is going to be a big, bold, aggressive, impactful program. And, 2 years later, not much impact, right?
He thinks the city should focus more on direct grants to businesses so they can do in-house training.
Because at the end of the day, my number one priority is getting people to work, right? Not getting people to the jobs I wish they had. All jobs are good jobs, and we just need to put people in positions where they can thrive.
A city spokesman said Workforce Development Executive Director Mike Ramsey wasn't available for an interview. But that spokesman tells us the plan has been to get the Ready to Work program off the ground and then ramp up, quote, work-based learning opportunities through our city's employers to support them in efforts to directly upskill and reskill workers. The city will be announcing the recipients of 2 grant programs for those purposes later this month. And it also has a program to subsidize certain larger employers to take on interns, which the employer pays back if they end up hiring the intern. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
To the border now, and a bill in the U.S. Senate could drastically change the country's immigration system. Today, Senator John Cornyn was actually in San Antonio and says he still has reservations about the deal being proposed in Congress currently.
My biggest apprehension is that given the fact that President Biden has not used the current laws that are in effect, I worry what he will do with this new set of proposals and whether it will actually make any difference in this humanitarian crisis that we're seeing.
Here are some of the changes to immigration laws being proposed in the Senate's bill. New emergency authority for the executive branch to restrict border crossings if certain numbers are reached. Raising the legal standard of proof to pass the initial screening for asylum. Expediting the asylum process from years to 6 months, and a new process for U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to decide asylum claims without going through the courts.
San Antonio police say a 35-year-old man is now facing 2 felony charges after a family disturbance call ends with him being shot by police. According to SAPD, Isaac Gutierrez was holding a gun when officers showed up to a home on Carranza Street near Zarzamora this past Friday night. Police say they told Gutierrez to drop that gun as kids were inside the home. Instead, he raised it and fired a round. That's according to SAPD. 5 officers shot back. Gutierrez was hit and taken into custody. He is now facing 2 aggravated assault charges, one against a public servant and the other with a deadly weapon. The kids inside that home were not injured. For so many people, prioritizing health, it's a luxury. Those living in poverty or experiencing homelessness have to decide between buying food or prescription medications.
Tonight, Courtney Friedman tells us what a new partnership that is setting Haven for Hope clients up for long-term success.
I'm just so happy right now.
Olivia Oliver hasn't been this happy in a long time. We'll tell you why in a bit. But first, let's rewind to 5 months ago when she could no longer afford her rent and landed at Haven for Hope.
I just was not motivated, crying all the time, didn't know why I was crying.
Her case management team helped her realize she had depression and anxiety, mental health conditions she knew nothing about.
I'm actually taking medications right now and I'm doing so much better.
She got those meds for free thanks to a brand new partnership between Haven for Hope and the St. Vincent de Paul Pharmacy, which helps uninsured Texans access prescription medications.
This is the largest scale homeless shelter that we're dealing with by far.
St. Vincent de Paul North Texas CEO Luis Gonzalez is thrilled with the feedback so far, and so is Haven's Transformational Services VP David Hewitt.
Clients are able to afford their medication, which means they can be stabilized with their physical health care and their mental health care, which allows them to stay housed.
Hewitt showed us the mailroom where the pharmacy ships the medication. Then they make it to this room where Haven clients can pick them up.
What sets this program aside is even if you leave these Haven doors into new housing, you can take those prescriptions with you as long as you still meet the criteria.
Right now, Oliver is volunteering at Haven's warehouse 8 hours a day to keep her mind in work mode while she does job interviews each week. Well, while we were still on the Haven campus, Oliver got some big news.
I got the job! That is so exciting.
She starts next week, which will help her housing quickly fall into place, bringing us back to this moment.
I'm so happy.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Oh, big congratulations to Olivia. Now, you don't have to be experiencing homelessness to utilize this prescription resource. Head to the St. Vincent de Paul website to see if you meet the requirements. We have a link to that on our website at ksat.com.
So how big a deal is this? How much has the price of prescription drugs changed over the years? Well, these numbers from the Department of Health and Human Services show price changes between 2017 and 2022, staying relatively the same, below $200. But when you look at 2022 to 2023, the price change for prescription costs go up nearly $600. That's it in dollars and cents right there.
Both sides have rested in an intoxication manslaughter trial that began last week. Fabian Lopez is accused of causing the accident that killed 27-year-old Robert Gutierrez on March 13th of 2022. According to a state witness, Lopez ran a red light, hitting the vehicle that Gutierrez was riding in. The defense told the jury that the man driving the car that Gutierrez was in is the person responsible here, and that driver, the defense says, was the one under the influence.
The evidence is going to show this is what he told the staff, that he and his friend were drinking at a bar before and he can't remember the events leading up to the crash. He made statements at the hospital that would suggest that he thought he was responsible for the accident.
A defense expert also testified that there were inaccuracies with the blood draw that was done on the defendant, and therefore the lab results should be invalidated. Closing arguments are expected tomorrow morning, and the jury will then deliberate. If found guilty, Lopez faces 2 to 20 years in prison.
Meanwhile, opening arguments began in the murder case of Felix Jesus Hernandez. Hernandez accused of the murder of 42-year-old Victoria Stampley. Stampley's body found in the 200 block of Post Avenue, not far from Broadway and Brackenridge Park, on January 22nd, 2022. It's believed Hernandez shot her and then dumped her body at that location. Testimony in this case expected to last most of the week. If found guilty, Hernandez faces up to life in prison.
5 dogs are now safe after the mobile home they were next to caught fire while their owners weren't home. This fire happened just before 11 last night on Waterwoods Pass Drive near I-37. Now, according to fire officials, that fire is believed to have started in a chicken coop, but then engulfed the home in flames. The dogs were in a kennel area next to that house, but they're all now safe, and no one here was hurt.
Check out live cam right now, 64 degrees. The sun came out and everything seemed all better.
And we broke free from that wind that we had
yesterday. Was,
gosh.
It was crazy.
We had a maximum gust measured at the airport of 49 miles per hour yesterday. Wow. Non-thunderstorm wind gusts. That's just that boundary that moved through and some strong winds behind it. Even some West Texas dust blowing around parts of central Texas. Today, 50 in the morning, 66 for the high temperature this afternoon. Right now, we're in the 60s for the most part. A few exceptions. Bernie, 59 in Kerrville. Los Maples at 58. Meanwhile, Seguin at 65. As we go through this evening, clear sky, not much of a breeze. Temperatures cooling off. I mean, we'll be in the upper 40s by midnight. And then tomorrow morning, we start the day in the upper 30s in some outlying areas as you get up into the hill country. Bandera, 39, Comfort, 36. But closer to 43 within 410 in San Antonio. We'll talk about a few things to plan around. Weather-wise, it's going to be changing this week in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Adam. You know, at 5 o'clock, we showed you a couple of traffic trouble spots. 6 o'clock, a better scene out there. This is actually 281 at San Pedro. I think we are looking north on 281. And you can see there's a bit of a backup, but no major accidents to tell you about right now in the city.
We really blend the indoor learning with our outdoor learning spaces.
Coming up in our next half hour, a closer look at a local gem. We take you to the Will Smith Zoo School.
And after the break, a vacation turned nightmare. A San Antonio couple has been stuck in Mexico for weeks after the boyfriend says someone drugged his girlfriend. How he's fighting to get them home safely. Next. This next story is what you would definitely call a cautionary tale.
Yeah, a San Antonio couple has been stuck in Mexico for weeks now. The girlfriend nearly died after she drank tainted alcohol. Our Stefania Jimenez joins us now in the studio here. And Stefania, you spoke with the boyfriend. He's been trying to get them both back home safely.
Yeah, you know, vacations stop being fun after you have a near-death experience, and you're about to learn more about that. This couple has had what you'd call a nightmare vacation. We want you to meet Rachel Villarreal and Anthony Grisby. They were supposed to be back in San Antonio on January 16th, but a few days into their vacation, Anthony says someone served them alcohol that had been laced with drugs. His girlfriend almost died. And while he fights to get back home with Rachel, he wants everybody to hear his story.
I just want people to be aware that these things happen and that they need to take a lot of extra precaution when they are traveling out of the country.
You're going to want to tune in for this. The thing is that Anthony and Rachel's story, it's not unique. This sort of thing has happened to other tourists in Mexico. You'll get the full story tonight on The Night Beat.
I have a lot of questions, so I'm glad that we're following up on this tonight. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's turn to the forecast now. Turned out to be a beautiful day. Good way to start the week. And Adam, what did you call it at 5 o'clock? You said things are going to be busy. Well, what was your verbiage? Unsettled?
A little unsettled, not
there
active,
it is. Okay.
Not necessarily busy. I think unsettled might be the best way to put it, but don't expect anything crazy. You know, it's just some fog moving in for several morning commutes, a few rain chances starting Friday, but into the weekend in particular at 30%. So we're not looking at anything all that active or significant, but yeah, a little unsettled. It's because of the shift in the upper level wind pattern that I'm going to show you that's going to cause that unsettled weather. We've had some rainfall recently. Let's take a look at river flows across our area, updated today. Stream flow, you go off to the west, Nueces below Uvalde, not very good, 1.4. cubic feet per second. A little bit better as you get to the Frio River, and let's keep going eastward. Medina River, of course, this has been a spot where, with not much coming out of Medina Lake Reservoir, it's at 0, so it's not even flowing right now. But this is the important one we've been watching, all summer and now into the fall and winter, the Guadalupe River. This is at a standstill. There are a lot of dry stretches over the summer with our drought. We've seen some improvements here, and now at Spring Branch, 28 cubic feet per second. So it's at least an improvement. Obviously, would we like more? Yes, we would, and we could use more rain. And coming up at 6:45, I've got the drought monitor with how much rain we picked up from the Friday night storms that we had moved through. We'll get to that at 6:45. Let's talk about what's going to be happening, though, down the line. We've got this bump in the upper level flow, this ridge right here from central Mexico northward all the way up the plains. It's giving us our sunny days, beautiful sunshine, cool mornings, but comfortable afternoons. The action is farther to the west. That's this atmospheric river moving into the LA area in Southern California. That's the main moisture plume, but that's being deflected off to the north of us because of the upper level wind pattern and how it bumps up and around us. This is going to shift a little bit in the days ahead, and we're going to get that flow that we often talk about that's coming off the Pacific, and it's riddled with little ripples of energy and little impulses of energy. Here's an example. This is the jet stream at about 30,000 feet, so even higher up than that previous graphic of the upper level steering flow. This is even higher, and you see this just stream of high winds coming in off the Pacific. Embedded within that wind flow is that the little bits of energy and those little ripples of sometimes rain-making energy, sometimes just cloud-making energy. It depends on the situation. I think we'll have a little of both with that dirty flow that's moving in. So that's why I say a little unsettled, but we don't have the ingredients there for it to be active or really a lot to get excited about in terms of heavy or widespread rain. Quick look at our temperature and especially dew point. Dew point at 45. Temperatures across the state right near 60 degrees, pretty close to average for this time of year. The dew points, though, the dewies, low to mid 40s, and they're going to be rising later on this week. And that's going to be important, just not because you'll feel it a little bit in the air, just a little bit of humidity by Thursday, Friday, but also that added moisture. That's going to increase our fog potential, and we are expecting some foggy morning commutes starting Wednesday, but also Thursday and into Friday as well. So that's something you'll want to just plan for, maybe some delays here and there in some of those morning commutes for the middle and end of the work week. 44 at 7 and 8 a.m. tomorrow, but by noon, we're already up to 60 degrees. Nothing but sunshine. Another beautiful day. 69 the high temperature, basically right near 70 degrees. 71 Hondo, Uvalde, Sabinal. 69 in Seguin. 68 the high temperature in Helotes. And looking forward, mornings get warmer with that added moisture in the air, that added humidity back into the 50s. So we'll be above average. And those afternoons, right near 70, comfortable afternoons.
Yeah, looks pretty good. Thank you, Adam.
All right, remember when the Spurs had a veteran team and it was all about the rodeo road trips where we come together and kind of gel? What does it mean for a younger team to go on this rodeo road trip, Larry?
Well, I still think it's a chance for them to get out there and gel and just get to know their teammates better because they're going to be away from the Frost Bank Center for nearly an entire month. Well, Doug McBuckets has been there, done that. So what advice does he have for those youngsters and the Cowboys? Well, they need a new defensive coordinator, but will Mike McCarthy's contract hinder who the Cowboys can hire? Coming up. Keldon Johnson broke out this all-star game-like slam dunk at practice today, and his teammates loved it in big board sports. The Spurs are all set to embark on their annual rodeo road trip, which this season features 9 games starting this Wednesday and ending on February 27th at Minnesota. Some of the guys like Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and Doug McDermott know what to expect since they've already taken part in a rodeo road trip. But others like rookie Victor Wembanyama have never been on this long of a road trip in the NBA. So what advice does McBuckets have for the youngsters before they leave town with nearly a month in between home games?
Yeah, I mean, we've been on some long road trips this year already, so I think they kind of got a little bit of a warm-up, and it helps that our all-star break is in the middle, or kind of splitting it a little bit, so that helps. But still, yeah, you just got to be prepared to pack a ton and be ready to shop if you need to. Yep, I was in the Chicago circus trip, and it seemed like it happened a little earlier, like more December-ish, or I forgot, but it wasn't February. But I remember being overwhelmed as a young player, just being gone from my friends and family for that long, and now I'm pretty used to it.
The Spurs open up the Rodeo road trip Wednesday night, 6:30 at the Miami Heat.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Now that Dan Quinn has left, head coach of the Washington Commanders, Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones will need to hire a new defensive coordinator. Perhaps a dream gig for so many DCs out there, but some possible potential hires might take a pass at a perceived lack of job security, considering head coach Mike McCarthy has just 1 year left on his contract. The ever-confident Jerry Jones doesn't think that'll be a problem.
Oh, I don't anticipate that being an issue at all.
Why not?
Not at all. I mean, I don't know why, because they, if they take the job, they'll want to be the coordinator of the Cowboys. I mean, they're looking at that right there, and all that goes with that. And if they're aspiring, they know that there's a chance to be a head coach someplace, because the one that just left is. So it's a good opportunity for them.
Jerry says he's already started interviewing D.C. candidates to replace Quinn. The NFL Network is reporting Jerry will meet with former Commanders head coach Ron Rivera for the defensive coordinator opening. All right, February 24th is reporting day for the San Antonio Brahmas, and then some 6 weeks later, they'll kick off their 2024 season at the Alamo Dome. The Brahmas are now playing the UFL thanks to the XFL and USFL merging, and today the UFL released its 2024 regular season schedule. So head coach Wade Phillips and his Brahmas will open the regular season at home Sunday, March 31st against the DC Defenders at 11 a.m. Week 2 is our first road game on Saturday, April 6th at the Memphis Showboats at 11 in the morning. And they'll close out the regular season in Week 10, Saturday, June 1st at the St. Louis Battlehawks. The conference championships are June 8th and 9th, with the UFL championship on Sunday, June 16th. For the Brahmas complete schedule, you can check out the sports page at KSAT.com. So hopefully they'll play 12 games this season.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry.
Still ahead here at 6 o'clock, how one man's near drowning experience as a child will now help medical personnel on the scene of any future drowning calls.
Plus, we're taking you to the Will Smith Zoo School. How many children they accept each year. Next. The name of a local young man who spent nearly his entire life in a wheelchair will be remembered forever by survivors of near drownings.
Conrad died almost 2 years ago, but today the condition that he suffered from bears his name. Ursula Perry with what Conrad syndrome is and why the groundbreaking medical research that he started may save kids at the scene of an accident from being locked in darkness.
Conrad Tullis was a normal 17-month-old baby. He fell into a pool, and his life and that of his family changed forever. Emergency medical personnel did everything according to the book, but now that book is changing.
But then he smiled.
The new book is entitled Conrad Syndrome, a new name for a little understood condition. Instead of a vegetative state, researchers were able to see that near drowning victims like Conrad had awake, active minds. They were locked in, unable to move or speak, but are aware of their surroundings. Conrad passed away at the age of 20, a lifespan no one could have predicted. He finished high school, and through it all, his brain was being studied at UT Health San Antonio, along with 153 other patients. The team, headed up by neurologist Peter Fox, found 60% of children were classified as locked in by family caregivers. Children admitted to the hospital after non-fatal drownings had better outcomes if their hospital stay required no medical intervention, such as intubation. And if the child was responsive, not in a coma, at admission or at discharge, their outcome turned out better. I spoke with Conrad's mother, who says the family is incredibly honored to have this syndrome now being referred to as Conrad syndrome, a condition that they tried so hard to bring to light for families all across the country and the world. There's much more to this study at UT Health San Antonio, and you can read about it in pediatric neurology by just going to our website, KSAT.com. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
All right, take a look at this dirty job. Time to get the rodeo kicked off at the Frost Bank Center. Today, crews started bringing in the dirt needed to fill the arena for the rodeo. It takes about 70 truckloads to move last year's dirt into the arena, and those trucks will carry a total of 2,160 tons of soil. It takes about 7 hours to load it in. It'll take about another 5 to load it back out.
I know, and it's reused every year. It was a fun weekend out at the Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive, and it was something to see all those cattle being herded through downtown San Antonio. If you missed any of the action, you can watch our coverage on KSAT.com.
Cool event. The first day of the rodeo, by the way, just days away from now. We have a special offer for our KSAT insiders. Free admission to the grounds on opening day. Just scan the QR code on your screen, sign up to be a KSAT insider to get a free ticket. Now, this is for the fairgrounds only.
The free ticket will not give you access to the Frost Bank Center, so know that. The San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo kicks off on Thursday, February 8th. It goes through Sunday, February 25th. Nature helps kids learn about the world around them, and one San Antonio school is seeing the benefits of exploring outside.
Tiffany Huertas takes us to the Will Smith Zoo School that's attracted families from South Texas and beyond.
After exploring nature and learning about animals at the San Antonio Zoo, Dean Bonham Crow and his classmates head back to school.
We spend at least 70% of the day outside.
Will Smith Zoo School is a nature-based preschool where children explore outside even when it rains.
This is where we go dig for grubs and worms. We get wet, we jump in muddy puddles.
Dean Bonham's parents, Shannon and Dose, say this school has changed their son's life.
When our son came in, he, with his neurodivergence, had a lot of behavioral challenges, a lot of developmental challenges as well. And I feel like Mix Maddie, his teacher, and also Miss Cece were so extraordinary in seeing him for who he was and working with him, like where he was at.
He had a lot of sensory issues when he started. He didn't like getting his hands wet or his hands muddy. That doesn't even register on the radar now, and that just really provides a lot of confidence for him.
There's so much to explore here. What are some of the spaces you can find in this room?
Yeah, well, one of the things that is really unique about just the school in general is these spaces that you don't see in many preschools. For instance, we have this butterfly garden right here where our children can release caterpillars out. They watch them eat all that milkweed. They grow in the chrysalis up there on the netting, and then they watch the butterflies emerge.
Students are ages 3 to 5. The school is designed for one teacher to every 8 students.
We really blend the indoor learning with our outdoor learning spaces. So if it is ABCs, if it's our literature, our math concepts, it's all happening outside.
The school's philosophy, classroom design, and outdoor spaces attracts families from all over.
We've had kids come from Austin, from Uvalde, from Bigfoot, Texas, all over South Texas, and even sometimes in summer programming, we have people and families coming from Mexico.
Tim Morrow, president and CEO of the San Antonio Zoo, says they are at capacity.
We have about a little over 240 kids that go to school here, a wait list that gets up to 8,000-9,000 people. People are getting on our list as soon as they get pregnant because they really want this programming and this experience for their children.
With so much interest in this school, Morrow says they are looking at expanding.
We're looking at what that model is. Is this a collaboration with universities? Do we partner with school districts? Do we become kind of a privatized model where we open more schools around the county, around the city?
The Crow family says the discovery and exploration-based experiences have made a big impact on their son.
He went from really being an outcast to fitting in, and now he's super social, he's so happy, and we really owe that all to Zoo School.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
I want to go to zoo school.
Right?
Can they really expand the ages that can go there?
Adult zoo school?
Yeah. Up next, we're going to talk about something serious. I don't know if you've seen this video out of Southern California. An intense storm making its way across Southern California. Millions of people in the path. A look at the destruction that's been caused. Up next.
Have you seen the images coming out of California lately? Intense flooding impacting millions of people with not just high water, but widespread power outages as well.
Yeah, still a threat for mudslides and life-threatening flooding. Ivan Rodriguez reports on the latest.
Millions of people across Southern California remain under a high risk of excessive rainfall. Early Monday morning, crews were busy rescuing people across the state trapped by flooded waters. Nicholas Pasculi, spokesperson for Monterey County, says even though they have high capacity in their reservoirs, they'll be keeping an eye on water levels.
The biggest thing we're concerned about is watching the river levels, of course, because oftentimes the rivers don't reflect the amount of water that's come down until the water comes off the mountains and the watershed.
Parts of Los Angeles, where the heaviest rain is located, are forecast to receive close to half a year's worth of rain by Tuesday. By the end of the storm, parts of Southern California could see between 4 to 8 inches of rain, with higher elevations seeing 8 to 16 inches, and a considerable amount of snow in mountains and foothills. Officials warning for the potential for life-threatening flash flooding and landslides in central and southern parts of the state. Some people who were preparing for this storm felt there was only so much they could do.
We can be prepared as we want, or the county could do whatever they want, but Mother Nature takes its course.
The storm is expected to pound Southern California through Monday night.
We could use a break from Mother Nature, that's for sure.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
All right, we are expecting a way calmer week here in
Yeah.
South Texas. It's been a really pleasant day out there.
What were they saying? Oceanic rivers? They're talking about rivers of moisture that were basically coming through?
We call them atmospheric rivers.
Atmospheric rivers.
Because it's just basically very saturated air that's in a big plume that moves across, parts of the Pacific and then slams into the west coast of the U.S. They've been happening for a while, but we've just more recently in meteorology kind of termed them the atmospheric rivers, compared to the whole history of meteorology. It's a little more recent, and there's a lot more research going on into them now. Even the hurricane hunters and the NOAA hurricane hunters will fly into them. It's off season for hurricanes. They'll fly into them to research them. There's a lot to know and understand. If you think about it, over the Pacific, we don't have much land to send up weather balloons or even ships. I could go on. KSAT explains. How about that?
Whoa, there you go.
Here we go. Actually, I've got something really cool to compare. Drought monitor, old to new, to how much rain we got Friday night and how much is going to be incorporated into the new drought monitor. See you in a bit.
A 35-year-old man now facing 2 felony charges after a family disturbance call ends with him being shot by police. SAPD says that Isaac Gutierrez was shot by officers at a home on Carranza Street near Zarzamora. According to SAPD, Gutierrez was shot during an exchange of gunfire. He's now charged with aggravated assault against a public servant and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
The trial for a man accused of killing a woman more than 2 years ago now underway. Felix Jesus Hernandez is charged with the murder of Victoria Stampley. Police say Hernandez killed Stampley, dumped her body near Brackenridge Park. If found guilty, he faces up to life in prison.
San Antonio firefighters rescued 5 dogs from a fire at a mobile home. This fire happened just before 11 last night on Waterwood Pass Drive near I-37. Fire investigators believe the fire actually started in a chicken coop outside of the home. No one was hurt. And that's your 60-second recap.
All right, let's talk weather right now, and we're talking drought monitors and much more. Adam.
What I was trying to get at earlier is, the atmospheric rivers. One reason to study them is because, we can't really, other than remote sensing over the Pacific, right? It's hard to actually get into the weather and actually insight to measurements. And the atmospheric rivers don't really affect us, okay? It's only the West Coast and into the Rockies.
I just brought it up because I had not read about atmospheric rivers until this. Seems like this storm is what brought it up.
Yeah, it's a newer term. Yeah. We've been using polar vortex for decades in meteorology, but now it's got that, it's got the the it factor. Ooh,
it sounds cool.
Catchy. Ugh, it annoys me every time it's used. Oh, misused, I should say. Misused.
Yeah, we know.
Let's get to this. We're going to rewind to January 1st and the drought monitor. Okay, I'm going to step off. Actually, I'm moonwalking off the screen, to be honest with you. I was doing my best to.
I can vouch for that.
Exactly. And now we have our new drought monitor. This is the one that was just updated on Thursday. Do it again. This is the old drought monitor from January 1st. This is the new one. We've had significant improvement across most of our area. We still have to chip away at it even more, but we did chip away at it Friday night into early Saturday morning. Look at these rainfall totals. Officially at the airport in town, 0.84, Pleasanton 0.88, Gonzales 1.25, Cuero 2.16. Not even in drought conditions from Hallettsville to Yorktown to Cuero to Goliad to George West. Obviously, we need a little bit more rain, especially Bernie, Spring Branch, Comfort, over to Kerrville, Pipe Creek, Bandera, City of Medina, you name it. We could use it even around town, but at least we've had improvements, and we had some really good rainfall Friday night from those storms. Almost an inch in Helotes and Atkins, 1.65. Those are actual rain gauge measurements. Here's another rain gauge measurement, 3¼ inches in Poteet. A few rounds of heavy rain moved through Poteet, so it's good to see that. And yes, it could have been problematic in terms of severe weather, but luckily we didn't see a lot of severe weather from that rainfall. It was mainly just some good, soaking, positive rain coming at very little cost. Rain chances going forward at about 30% by this weekend. Friday, 20%, then we're 30% Saturday, Sunday, and even on into Monday. Nothing significant in terms of rain going forward, just a little shift in our pattern, giving us a few of those isolated showers or maybe a brief thunderstorm over the weekend, but nothing like the atmospheric river that you've been seeing on national news here. It's this plume of moisture coming in from the Pacific, and it's different because we get thunderstorms that train and follow each other. This is a broad scale pattern of widespread moisture-laden air that just keeps going over the same spot. So it's not like those training storms that we get one after the other. It's just a big pattern of vast moisture that keeps coming on shore. Our precipitation potential, yes, as I mentioned, we could have a little bit. You look at the next 7 days, generally speaking, and we're on the edge of some of that rainfall coming down the line. It's that 30% we were talking about. 66, our high today. Right now, a few degrees cooler than that at 64. Dew point of 45. We're mostly in the 60s, but now 50s in the hill country, and temperatures quickly dropping this evening. Tomorrow morning, we start the day low to mid 40s locally, some mid to upper 30s in the hill country. So a cool morning, but by the afternoon, we're sunny and right near 70 degrees. So, and I think Wednesday is going to be similar temperature-wise. Just plan for maybe some delays in the morning commutes Wednesday through Friday with some fog.
Okay, thank you, Adam.
Goldens and supportive ketchup. It's in the buzz coming up.
In the buzz today, it is time for your daily dose of cute. There was a massive gathering of wet noses and wagging tails and some unconditional love in Colorado over the weekend. Golden, Colorado to be exact, where thousands of golden retrievers gathered to celebrate National Golden Retriever Day.
Yeah, for them, this is Doggy Disneyland. The city holds its Goldens and Golden event every year. This year's rain and snow made for a whole mess of happy, soggy doggies.
They're so cute.
I know, I love it.
Okay, if you are struggling this Valentine's Day, Heinz is offering a solution. The company has released an emotional support ketchup bottle. The 14-ounce glass bottle comes with a silicone cap, an adjustable nylon strap, and custom stickers.
Yeah. Some might think of it as a response to the Stanley Cup craze, I guess. The emotional support ketchup bottle available for a limited time on Amazon, and one of it is like ketchup on an ice cream.
Ice cream cone? I don't know.
Okay.
Things have gotten out of hand.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
All right, looking ahead at the forecast, we'll have a lot of sunshine tomorrow. 40s in the morning, but near 70 in the afternoon. That's going to be the case the next 2 days. So cool mornings, but comfortable afternoons. Then those mornings warm up as we get more moisture and humidity in the air. That's going to also lead to some morning fog, I think, Wednesday through Friday. And just right now, isolated rain chances this weekend.
All right, thanks, Adam. And thank you for watching the news at 6.
See you on the Night Beat at 10.